Wait for it. Did you know it's diagnosed in stages just like cancer, although it's not necessarily cancer? So, let's chat. At 16, I was diagnosed with something called dysmenorrhea. It's a condition that is marked with really heavy periods, extended long periods, irregular bowel movements, either constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, severe migraines, mood swings, exhaustion, etc. Just when you think you're getting over your period, you seem to be getting your period again. And I was immediately put on birth control to manage these symptoms. That means that I've been living now on birth control for over 20 years for reasons not related to family planning or pregnancy. At 18 years old, I was officially diagnosed with endometriosis. Fast forward to the age of 26, when I had an ovarian tumor on my right side. I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis. Several years later, I was diagnosed with PCOS, also known as polycystic ovaries, and some additional diagnoses. 12 years later, present day, and some other additional health concerns to consider, I am now having a hysterectomy, a total hysterectomy. It should also be said that I don't have any children. What's so frustrating about my story, and I'm sure it's not unique to me, is that when I had my surgery to remove the ovarian tumor at 26 years old, both surgeons in the room at the time agreed that my case was so severe and the adhesions were so vast that if I had even one child at that time, that I was a candidate and should have a complete hysterectomy. But because I didn't have a child, they made the decision to close me up with all of my parts and preserve my ability to possibly maybe someday have a baby. So instead of treating the patient that was on the table, me, and doing what was in the best interest of my health, they chose to treat babies in theory that may never come to fruition and exist, which don't and won't. And they took care of those non-existent patients instead of the one that was laying right there in front of them. This is a huge problem. It's going on every day, and it's the reason why I'm sharing my story today. You need to be your own advocate. You need to take up for yourself. You need to be the person that the doctors are treating, not ones that are not alive yet. You're not crazy. You're not hysterical. You are the main concern. And a man who doesn't know what you're feeling or what you're going through can't possibly understand that. A man isn't going to understand when you tell him that you're bleeding uncontrollably, or that your vagina feels like it's being ripped out of your body, Yes, I said vagina, and it's okay to say vagina. That's the clinical term for it. Embrace it, love it. You have one, own it. That's yours. And don't be afraid to approach your gynecologist with questions. And if you don't like what they're telling you, go to another one. The choice the doctors made for me that day, and for the babies that will never exist and didn't exist then, put me at risk and caused me a lot of unnecessary pain, years of unnecessary pain. Did you know that women with endometriosis have an increased risk of ovarian, breast, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, endocrine, and brain cancers? So those doctors put me at a risk for cancer so that I could have a baby that I never wound up having. Did you know that most of us suffer for more than a decade statistically before we're even diagnosed with endometriosis because doctors chalk it up to PMS or hysteria? That's absurd. In fact, the very word hysterectomy is derived from the word hysteria. Do you know that it's your body, so it's always your choice? Be empowered. The last thing I want to say is don't feel sorry for me. Please stop coming up to me and saying, I'm sorry. This is my path. And you're sorry why? People don't even know why. They don't know why they're saying they're sorry to me. This is an emotional decision for me. And nor should it be. This is a decision about health. It's a decision about life. It's a decision about my future. Period. All puns intended. Period. And to the idiot that makes you sign this paper here that says, do you know that if you have a hysterectomy, you can no longer have children, to try to guilt trip me out of doing what's best for my body because apparently a woman's only purpose in life is to make babies. Screw you. I just want to say that publicly. Thank you for writing it down one last time, just to make me feel bad one last time. My womanhood is not bound by my motherhood. Motherhood is most certainly not defined by biology. And I don't care what society defines as beautiful. My beauty isn't found in my breast size, and my femininity isn't for sale. I was Lisa with my ovaries and my uterus, and I'll be Lisa after my ovaries and my uterus are long gone. So, if you want to do something to support me and women everywhere, tomorrow, when I'm in surgery, wear something teal to support all the women out there who are going through ovarian cancer. I am not, but it's a cause that Rachel and I stand behind. If you want to support me and all the women who have endometriosis, wear something yellow, because March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. And if you want to stand with all of us who are in the Girly Wolf Pack and Getaway Girls Inc., wear one of your Getaway Girls Inc. shirts. Either your black and pink shirt or your turn up the teal, check your boobs, check your box shirt. And have the conversation with either a woman you know or a woman you don't know, and encourage her to check her boobs and check her box. Additionally, help us by visiting these websites. The EllaChristFoundation.org. They support gynecological cancers, specifically ovarian cancer, and we support them. JuliesCourts.org for cervical cancer awareness. And of course, Getaway Girls Inc. And you can also find us on Twitter at Getaway Girls Inc. And you can also find us on Instagram. If you want to come to the next Turn Up the Teal event, this is how you do it. Follow us and stay plugged in. Lastly, I couldn't do this and feel so good about sharing this part of my story without the sheroes in my life. I have teal ones, I have pink ones, and I have purple ones. The purple one is my sister. She's my ride or die. I love you, Rachel. You're my best friend. You're my soldier. And I love you. My teal ones are my ovarian cancer survivors, angels, and friends. Pink ones, breast cancer sisters. I love you all. You empower me and you inspire me daily. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story and being brave with it. And last but not least, our message always: check your boobs, check your box. And if you don't have boobs or a box, make sure the women in your life know to do this. Thank you. Share this video with the women you love or on your social media pages. Have a great day and be blessed.